Much love. How's everybody doing? I shouldn't even have to ask that. I know we doing great, because if you alive and breathing, you doing great. And I always say, up and back to fight another day, because it don't matter what happened yesterday or before now. What I always say, ladies and gentlemen, what we do righteous in the present will always benefit us in the future, and that can go for anything. And I always got to call down that protection from our great creator for ourselves, from ourselves, to keep ourselves from being our own worst enemy. And I always got to get that honor to my ancestors that was in the hip-hop game that might not be with us. May they rest in peace and in power. And my dad, same thing. May he rest in peace and in power, as well as my grandparents and any of you that might have family, anybody you held dear. May they rest in peace and in power. And my mom, she's still alive and vibrant, thanking the great creator. For those of my family and your family, may they live prosperous, and may all of us, everything that we touch, turn to gold, because we got to keep that good energy. And ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about my first love, which is a lot of us, especially the hip hop heads out there. Salute to all the artists, all the DJs, those that are using good energy in the hip hop game, but not even, I won't say hip hop game, scratch that, in hip hop. We're going to take out the game, because when you have a passion for music and for reaching people, it's not a game. So I'm going to take that out of there. And I salute to all the hip hop heads, young and old, and anyone that's contributed, fumble every now and then, that contributed to the hip hop culture. And we're going to talk about hip hop, and I've talked about this before. We'll say this is part 2. I got another podcast I'm doing on high infinite power, helping our people, the real meaning of hip hop. And I'm not all of us now, well, some of us, but some of us has gotten away from what the real meaning of hip hop is. And it's not a lot of our fault. Some of us that, not forget, but sometimes we just have to remind ourselves where hip hop was meant for and what it really means and what it is. Now, I'm not going to come off like I know everything about hip hop, and I don't even know all the latest artists. I know a lot of the old school artists. I could run some names, but I just have a genuine love for hip hop and lifting people. That's why in everything that we do, especially those with the like mind and are living righteous and got good, strong, wholesome spirit and heart within your soul and your spirit, and you have good intentions and you want to see others have good intentions and raise their vibration. That's what hot hip hop is meant for, to raise the vibration, to give awareness. It's like Bob Marley when he made his music, even though he's not hip hop, but music was, I did, and if you want to, you can go on my channel and check out, I did a video on Bob Marley, but his way of, his passion that he had for music can relate to the passion that a lot of us have. And we have to learn to breathe life, ladies and gentlemen. Breathe life in everything we do. And, it's time for a rebirth, not just in hip hop, in a lot of things that's within our black culture, in the world, period. But we're going to focus on the black culture, because I am a black man. And, most of my circle, and I will say, generally, it's mostly predominantly black. So, but I am a broad picture type of brother. I do like to look at the whole world. I do like to go up, over, and beyond everything, as I discuss hip hop and the black culture and the world. But, sometimes you have to focus on one issue at a time so we don't get ourselves confused, and and we can keep a steady pace, and so that way we can come up with a good solution, good conversation about hip hop. And you hear me say this a lot: high infinite power, helping our people. And this is not something I came up with my own. This is something I've learned from listening to the true teachers out there, brothers and sisters, because that's the circle of life, my brothers and sisters, is being able to receive and learn, and taking what you learn and teaching it to others to build themselves and to build our own selves. And that's what we need to put back into hip hop. We need to put that life back into hip hop. It's time for a rebirth. And I do self-promotion, and I have nothing against promoters or anyone that want to help, underground artists get on. I welcome all that. I salute. But it's also good to try to build oneself. And, that's nothing against no one. Like I said, I got respect for all artists, DJs, producers, because everybody plays a part in the hip hop game and in life in general. It's always something another brother or sister that don't have. It's always something that a sister has that another sister don't have. It's always something a brother has that another brother don't have. And I've said that in past podcasts. So that's why we have to keep that circle of life going. And, and I also am relating this to hip hop. But when I speak on topics, I speak on that topic, but I always incorporate, life challenges and an overall world view of everything. I never just focus in on this, that one topic that I might be speaking on. But I always bring it back home to what I'm talking about. But we always got to keep, like I say, we got to keep that pineal gland open. We got to keep that mind open so we don't miss things, and we stay focused and aware. And I just want to I love hip hop, and I love hip hop with a passion. I love it, and I respect artists, male or female. And it's long time coming. It's time for a rebirth. And I'm self-promotion. And if anyone ever come across this podcast, you're more than welcome to check out my channel. Self-promoted music. Just made a song here yesterday called Let It Flow. I have a song called A Curse Breaker, and I have another song called Your Mind to It. I have a song called Getting Stronger, Let My Heart Talk. And got a lot of, if you can go on my channel and check it out. Self-promotion, Wake Up Music, Be Oneself Records. You're more than welcome to place comments, your own comments, or even send links to your music. We get to listen to each other's music and appreciate each other's craft and breathe life into each other, male or female, soldier or soldierette. Salute, friend, family, whoever wants those chakras, heightened, want that spirit lifted, because that's what I'm all about. Whether I'm speaking or doing music, I will always make it a point to draw that strength from that great creator, which is all of our great creator, and incorporate that energy into my music, into my life, into my family, into things I'm working for. Every aspect of my life, I will carry that truth, no matter the challenge, no matter the obstacles. Because when you become your higher self, when you start knowing, when you know knowledge of self, you will start incorporating it in every aspect of your life. And it gives you, when you're self-aware, it's a very amazing thing, because not only do you begin to overstand yourself, you begin to overstand everything. Like I always say, people, places, things. You begin to break things down. And things like that. And when you breathe in life, and when you do things out of initiative and on purpose, and you stay loving inspired and you stay fired up. It shows in your music. It shows in your hip hop. And this is for any genre of hip hop, as long as it's righteous and it's not garbage. And not to say that my music is better than anyone, but one thing I can say, that when I do my music, it will always be with a purpose. As long as everything in our lives that we should do, everything should always be for a righteous purpose. If you're not living this life to breathe life into yourself and to try to breathe life in others, then what is life worth living for? We are all here for a purpose. We just got to search inside and find what that purpose is. And hip hop, I've tried to get away from hip hop, and I'm sure a lot of us have experiences, those that are very, very passionate about hip hop. Hip hop chose me. You know, hip hop chose a lot of us. We didn't choose hip hop. So I say, even if you are OG and you still feeling it, and keep writing those rhymes. You don't have to try to be the biggest star and the biggest rapper. It's just something that's it's a part of expression. It's a way of cleansing yourself, of expressing, of letting things out of you that's inside of you. And I always say the greatest gift of that is being able to share it with others. So, and I want to speak to my young hip hop heads, male or female, and my OGs that still maybe writing rhymes or still doing music. It depends on the individual how you feel. You can't listen to what critics say and what the world thinks. Because what the hell, what the hell does the world know? So that's why we have to focus on ourselves. It depends on how we perceive things and how we feel. And I'm saying this to say, I'm 51. And yes, I still do music. I love hip hop. But at the same time, I know we have to let the new generation, we have to let the up and coming new rappers shine. Because we do got those righteous hip hop artists out there. And everybody goes through a transition. Because a lot of us OGs that used to rap or whatever, we was younger or whatever, we all went through a transition. We all went through some kind of stage when it was our time, so we have to let this generation, we guide them, we teach them, but we have to kind of let them find their way. But at the same time, we can't let hip hop die. We have to rebirth it. We have to, the OGs of the hip hop game. We don't stop the young generation. We don't hate on them. We don't get jealous of them. We teach them. We guide them. We don't beat up on them when they do different things. Because remember, this day and age is totally different than, I say the 80s and late 70s. And, back when hip hop was golden and it was about expression and, it was like Bob Marley, verbal newspaper of the neighborhood. And that's what we need to get back to. We need to get away from the mumble rapping and the showing off and the saying I'm gonna kill this brother and that brother. That's the kind of energy that we don't need. That's when hip hop's a problem. And again, I'll say, for those of you, now I'm talking about the ones that, really haven't studied hip hop, because there's those out there that don't really know the meaning of hip hop. And again, I'll say, I'm not trying to act like I know everything about hip hop, but one thing I do know, and I've learned this from a great brother, along with my own research and studying myself, we got to always remember, especially those that really have a deep, deep passion for hip hop. And for those that really don't know what direction to go, but you love it, and part of you wants to be righteous, just always keep this in your spirit, my brothers and my sisters. High infinite power, helping our people. That's what hip hop stands for. It's more than just a rhyming over a beat. It's a feeling. It's a spirit thing. It's a soul thing. It's something that's tied to you. It's a way of life. It becomes a part of you, especially when you begin to grow and mature. And you get through your phases that we all go through at our beginning stages of learning hip hop and music. Because like I said, I don't know everything there is about hip hop. I've never been in, I say a professional studio. I've never sat in meetings, and I've never really studied the business aspect. But I do know the flip side. I do know the do's and the don'ts of the music industry and all that stuff. I've studied up on all that, so I no longer have a desire to be a star, quote unquote, because that's another thing we have to learn, my hip hop heads out there. Learn to be true to oneself. Love yourself, and you won't need no one else, quote unquote, because sometimes everybody has had help along the way. I'm not saying don't accept help, but don't look for help. Just keep doing your thing and don't get distracted by what's before. Something I always say, because that will always discourage us. We stick to our passion, and whatever passion that is. It's not just hip hop. I'm just using hip hop as an example because I love hip hop. And remember, always look at a broader picture, because this whole hip hop thing and all these things going on in this world and all this stuff is bigger than us. So that's what will keep us focused and keep our eyes open when we broaden that paintbrush, and we really see the world for what it is, and keep love and righteousness within us. And that what I always say, something I hadn't said in a while, but this is something I always say. Whatever movie we're producing on the inside, that's what we'll view on the outside. So the same thing go with hip hop. Whatever song we making on the inside of us, that deep in our deep subconscious, that's the song we'll produce on the outside. So if you keep good righteous things within, that's what you will produce to the world on the outside. So that's my message for hip hop. I love hip hop, and I appreciate all artists and producers that have a passion like I do for hip hop. Beat makers, rappers, artists, MCs, all the tools that we need to make hip hop. But the most important tool of all for the rebirth of hip hop and breathing life into our hip hop, the main thing that all of us hip hop heads and our true passionate artists out there need to keep in our spirit. Remember, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. I say this over and over. Something that'll keep us rooted in our hip hop, in the love for hip hop. Remember, my soldiers and soldierettes, high infinite power helping our people. Remember that. That's what hip hop was meant for, and that's what it stands for. And every day you can, to every brother you see, every sister you see, friend, family member, always breathe life. Say something positive into them, because I know we have a lot of unaware individuals walking around, but we can't focus on that. Let's focus on making them aware. And hip hop is one great way to do that, because music is magic, can be magical. And that's something that definitely can hit the chakras and hit that mind. So that's why it's important to breathe good things on the mic, righteous things, as well as the negative stuff too, because you have to balance the two, because you don't want to be so positive that you're naive. But there's always a positive in every negative, and the law of attraction can work beautifully in hip hop if we have a righteous mindset. So just keep loving what you do, love your craft, and for those that's trying to find their way in hip hop, if you're passionate about it and there is somewhere in you that's righteous, the Creator will protect you and He will guide you through, as well as Mother Nature, and He will send different individuals in your life that will confirm that you're on the right path. So just keep loving what you do, and always know that it is high infinite power, always helping our people. So keep breathing life. My hip hop heads out there, salute. And to all the teachers and reachers, much love and the passion in what you do. And thank you, because I've learned from some great teachers. And I thank those that have learned from me, because that's what it's about. We got to help each other out, pass that baton, and keep breathing life. So that's my message. We breathe life in music and in life in general in everything we do. Remember, it's a way bigger, broader world out here than just social media. We always got to keep that in mind. But it's still good that we speak it, because we got to get that energy out, and we have to start somewhere. And it starts in the mental, and everything else will fall into place. So that's my message. Just keep breathing life out there, my hip hop heads. And I give honor to all the teachers, brothers and sisters, soldiers, soldierettes. Salute, friends, my family, my children, their mothers. To all the great brothers and sisters all over the world, friends, family, may you have peace in your part of the world. And also my hip-hop heads. I can't forget my hip-hop heads. All my great artists out there. Keep doing what you do. Go to the great creator and do some righteous things. And trust me, your life will be glorious, and you will flourish. So may everyone that I just listed, may you all have peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. EBX Cares, the curse breaker, all day, every day. 1.